Got a bad feeling about this Fringe World business. Salvo. Never believed in olive branches before. Why start now?
Salvo. I will be interested to meet these new arrivals and learn their ways.
Fringers. They only see death as slovenly fun.
Fringes. 좀 더 알아봐야 되겠네.
Some people gonna get their undies in a twist over this.
We have fringe worlds now? 90 years go by and somehow we're less welcoming.
Salvo. Quite a place that.
A new market. I'll have to make some calls.
Salvo. Met some people from there. They were pretty cool.
Hey, always wanted to check out the Fringe. Heard they have a planet where everybody's got a rocket launcher.
Ooh, new people. I hope they all like high fives and being my friend.
Bloody fringes. All that lot's good for is ripping me off.
Can't wait to open a dialogue about political unity. How about we just slaughter them?
Salvo, I've heard about them. They're from the Fringe World.
I don't see a world where this will go well.
Welcome back, my legends, and today we're going to talk about the planet Salvo, also the history about the Fringe Worlds. Now, for those of you who don't understand the Fringe Worlds, basically they're the Wild West of the Wild West. So basically, the Outlands was considered the most lawless place in the frontier until recent times, where we now know the Syndicate in a way controlled the Outlands. They have 6 planets under their control called the Syndicate Space. Now, from my understanding, the Syndicate are not some kind of government that runs the whole planet. They're pretty much like a big corporation that tells people what to do. So if you don't like something that the Syndicate is doing, well, too bad, because in a way they are kind of the law, but not really. And if you look in the season 6 comic, you can clearly see the people of Solis don't really like the Syndicate police that much. And we know from Watson and Crypto's trailer that the Syndicate do protect the legends outside the games, but if you're not affiliated with the Syndicate or have importance to be protected, then you're kind of on your own. So even if you live in a planet that's run by a government, they do have ties with the Syndicate, as we saw with Crypto, where they send out a special third-party enforcement to go after him. So no matter where you go in the Outlands, the Syndicate always has some kind of hand into it. So what is so special about the Fringe Worlds is that it's been around for over 90 years, thanks to the Horizons quote, where
We have fringe worlds now? 90 years go by and somehow we're less welcoming.
So it looks like Horizon was still shocked that until now, people of the Fringe Worlds are now involved with people of the Outlands. So in a way, this really marks a special occasion in the Outlands, because for the first time ever, everybody is in one place. Now, they're not united because some of the legends do not like people of the Fringe Worlds. Now, those people are Rampart, Caustic, Bangalore, and Revenant. Now, why is it that these 4 do not like the people of the Fringe? Well, Rampart says that they pretty much ripped her off. Now, Caustic doesn't like them because they pretty much see killing as fun, which in a way is kind of ironic, but this kind of goes to show you what the people of Salvo are like. Now, Revenant seems to really hate them in hopes that they don't come in peace, in hopes that he can basically slaughter them. So Revenant has some history with the people of the Fringe Worlds, and for some reason he really hates them. And this leads me to the final one, is Bangalore. Now, Bangalore doesn't like them because they probably were involved in the Titanfall wars, where they helped the militia overthrow the IMC. Now, we did get a teaser from the Apex Twitter, and we can get our first looks of what the people of Salvo look like. And as you can see, they're clearly people you don't want to mess with. Under the glove, you can clearly see tattoos that says the word kill, and in the glove you see a skull. So people of the Fringe World seem to be real badasses that you don't want to mess with. In fact, Octane says that in one planet, everybody carries a giant grenade launcher. So if Horizon was wondering why it took so long to finally unite the people of the Fringe World with the Outlands, well, it's probably because the people of the Fringe World don't like the Outlands, because the Outlands is no longer the Wild West, because the Syndicate in the way now have their hands on everything. So what probably happened is that the people that wanted to live free without any laws went to the Fringe Worlds, because that was the last place that the Syndicate didn't have any control. In fact, in the year 2722, Salvo was asked to join the Syndicate space, 11 years ago, but they rejected it. And what's funny about the year 2722 is that that was one of the flashbacks where Pathfinder was actually defusing one of the bombs. So that's very interesting, and I wonder if that has anything to do with the Fringe Worlds and why they're so hated. My best guess is why the people of the Outlands would not like the Fringe people is because the way they look, the way they act, and the way they act just a bit terroristy is enough to make them afraid of them. So the people of the Fringe Worlds and the Outlands have no connection whatsoever and were isolated. That was until Lifeline's parents went to go talk to the warlord named Sandringham Kelly, who basically was the new person in charge of leadership. So what happened is that somehow they convinced them to join the Syndicate and became the 7th planet under Syndicate control, which now means the Syndicate have a hand in the Fringe Worlds, which was considered basically the last Wild West, and they're planning to build an Apex Games. But in order to do that, they had to fix the reputation of the people of Salvo, which is totally not going to work out in my opinion, because these people were hoping that the Fringe Worlds will be free of any Syndicate influence. But now that they have connections with the warlord is pretty much gonna let the Syndicate in, and in a way eventually the Syndicate will have control of the Fringe World. So in order to stop people from burning everything down, it's now more than likely that the next legend is going to be from Salvo, so that way people are kind of in a way accepting that the Syndicate are now part of the Fringe Worlds by in a way representing them via a legend. So yeah, I hope I put a good perspective about the lore of Salvo in the Fringe Worlds, and I can kind of see where the writers are taking this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.
There's no more time.